Welcome back. Let's do the last part of our question 10. In the diagram, A, C, and D lie in the same horizontal plane. Right, we have A, C, and D. Right, and then AB is a pole with its one end positioned at A. So this AB is a pole. Just imagine like a flagpole being supported by two ropes. The ropes are BC and BD. That BC and BD are ropes used to hold the pole AB up with CBD equal to 30 degrees. So the angle between the ropes there is what? 30 degrees. The length of the rope BC is equal to the length of the rope BD. So it means this length is equal to this length. Right, CD is 3 meters and then AD is 4 meters. If the length of the pole is 2 meters, then how shorter should each rope be so that the pole AB is perpendicular to the ground? Okay, so we have to really understand the question here. Okay, so what are we going to do? Let's just discuss what we are supposed to do. We want to find how shorter should each rope be so that the pole is what? Is perpendicular to the ground. So it means now we need to find the length of BD and BC first. We need to find the length of BD and BC first. But we're told that these lengths are what? Are equal, isn't it? You have to find the length of BC and BD first. And then if this pole is perpendicular to the ground, then we know the Pythagoras theorem. It means that BD squared is going to be equal to 4 squared plus 2 squared. Okay, so we have to find the length of BD if the pole is what? Is perpendicular to the ground. So it means we're going to use what? The Pythagoras theorem. We say the square root of 4 squared plus 2 squared, then we'll find the length. Okay, we have to find the length of the rope if the pole has to be perpendicular to the ground. So there's this length, which is the actual length now of the ropes, BD and BC. We have to find that length. And then we find the length of these ropes if the pole is what? Is perpendicular to the ground. And then we find the difference because the question says what? How shorter. So it means the actual length of what? Of the ropes is actually, or the ropes are actually longer than the length we're going to get when we use what? When we use the Pythagoras theorem. Is that clear? Okay, maybe let's go to the calculations. It's going to be clearer when you do the calculations. Right, now, what can we use? We have an angle and the opposite side there. Okay, but since BC and BD are equal, we can find these angles here. Okay, angles opposite equal sides are equal. So it means 180 minus 30 is going to be 150, isn't it? 150. All right, and then 150 divided by 2 is going to be 75 degrees. 75 degrees. So now we can find BD here. This one is nice. We have all the three angles here, and then we have the side, and so it means we can use what? We can use the cosine rule. We can even use the sine rule. Okay, right. We'll start with the easy one, which is the sine rule, and then after that we're going to use the cosine rule. Okay, let's start by using the sine rule. We say these angles. This angle is 75 degrees, and then this angle is 75 degrees. Since these two sides are equal, so we can say, um, let's start by saying this angle what? BCD plus angle BDC, right? Plus angle CBD equals to 180 degrees, since it's what angle sum in triangle. Okay, right, and then so it's going to be we're saying B, but BCD is equal to BDC. This is what? Angles opposite equal sides. Right, so meaning that we can have 2 times BCD here. So you can say 2BCD plus CPD is what? 30 degrees is equal to 180 degrees. And then 2 times BCD is equal to 180 degrees minus 30 degrees. Okay, then divide by 2, we get that BCD is equal to 75 degrees. Okay, right, now we know that this angle here is 75 degrees, this one is 75 degrees. Now using the sine rule, angle goes with the side, and then even this one, angle goes with the side. Okay, see that? So it becomes BD over sine 75 is equal to 3 over sine 30. Okay, then we multiply by sine 75 on both sides of the equation. So we can BD is equal to 3 times sine 75 over sine 30. Then we get that this is what? 5,8 meters. So BD is equal to 5,8 meters, and then BC also is 5,8 meters. And then now let's find the size or the length of the rope if this pole is perpendicular to the ground. So it means now if the pole is perpendicular to the ground, it means BD squared should be equal to 4 squared plus 2 squared. Why? Because of Pythagoras. Right, and then so it's going to be BD is equal to the square root of 4 squared plus 2 squared. And then getting that BD is equal to 4,5 meters. Okay, but the question said, how short should each rope be so that the pole AB is perpendicular to the ground? So now we need to find the difference between 5,8 meters and 4,5 meters. So we say now 5,8 meters minus 4,5 meters is equal to 1,3 meters. Okay, so now the ropes should be 1,3 meters shorter. The ropes should be 1,3 meters shorter. Okay, right, that's what it's supposed to do there. So could have used the sine rule there. Let's use the cosine rule. Let's use the cosine rule. So we're saying now we're given that BC is equal to BD. Let this be X and then this one be X. Okay, let that be X. So we're saying we have the angle in the opposite side. So we can say now this opposite side and the angle is going to be 3 squared is equal to x squared plus x squared minus 2 x squared cos 30 degrees. Okay, let me just show you where this is coming from. Okay, when given triangle ABC, remember triangle ABC, we say a squared is equal to b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cos a. Remember that, okay? Right, that's the cosine rule. And then so it becomes 9 is equal to 2x squared minus 2x squared cos 30. And then what do we want? Remember, we want the x. So what we do, we can factor out 2x squared here. Then say 9 is equal to 2x squared. And then 1 minus cos 30 degrees. See that? Then divide by 1 minus cos 30 degrees on both sides of the equation, or divide by 2 times. Okay, 2 times 1 minus cos 30. So it becomes 9 over 2 times 1 minus cos 30 degrees is equal to x squared. Remember, we have divided by the 2 and this bracket. So we remain with x squared. And then what do we do to get x? We find that x is therefore equal to the square root of 9 over 2 times 1 minus cos 30 degrees. Okay, then put that in the calculator. It will give you 5,8. We discard the negative because the negative answer, because this is length, so we take the positive one. Meters, remember. Okay, meters. So it's going to be 5,8 meters. And then remember how we got the length of the rope if the pole is what? Perpendicular to the ground. We just said BD squared is equal to 4 squared plus 2 squared. Then BD is equal to the square root of 4 squared plus 2 squared. Then BD is equal to 4,5 meters. Okay, meaning that if the pole is what is perpendicular to the ground, then BD and BC should be equal to 4,5 meters, but they are longer than that. So the question was, how shorter should each rope be? So we need to find that difference between 5,8 meters and 4,5 meters, which is 1,3. And they're saying that therefore the ropes should be 1,3 meters shorter. Okay, right. We're going to meet when we do question 11.